Sky Prophet, baby. Back with another video. Hope you woke up in a peaceful state of mind. You went outside yet? You went listen to that quietness? You always could feel that quietness outside. You just always heard all that other noise in the background. Same as with your mind. It always was quiet. You just hear all that other noise in the background. Hope you woke up understanding blessed, blessed, blessed. That'll be 3 understatements, man. That'll be 3 understatements. Ask yourself this. If you ain't never asked yourself if you want it, if you ain't never asked yourself before, just ask yourself that this morning. Why you open your eyes? Like, what's the reason? What's the purpose? What's the reason? What's the purpose? Like, really ask yourself that. It don't matter what you did. I'm not asking none of that. Prophet don't want you to feel bad. Prophet don't want you to think negative. Prophet don't want you to go that direction. I'm asking you that in a positive way. What you think you open your eyes for this morning? Let me let you in on a secret. This is a secret we all know, we just don't pay attention to it. We don't care about it that much. All right? They got love. Each individual has to give. I'm going to repeat that again. They got love that each individual has to give. Why has, Prophet? Because it's time that we understand each second we hear, each minute we hear, each hour we hear, each day, each year, each whatever. That's what it's for. That's what it's for. If we changing the planet, if we changing things to be love, how can you wake up and not have that be a part of you? How can you wake up and not distribute that out? There's things you have to ask yourself. And when you ask yourself something, don't ask yourself one time. Don't ask yourself one time. Because there's many things, there's many ways, there's many plays. Our higher self had been asking us many times, years of asking. So don't think you can just ask yourself something one time, man. You got to really keep up with yourself, not keep up with the times, keep up with yourself. Prophet sending blessings. Blessings, blessings, man. Healing energies to any individual that need it. The energies to straighten up any confusion that you might have. Energies to mend anything that needs mending. Energies to give you and assist you with whatever you need. From the hospital, man. From that wine. When you wine, that's a pure soul in a vessel. That's a pure soul in a vessel. That's literally the God that you know of, the creator that you know of. That's really the purest time you're going to ever see it on this earth. When you come here, when you get here, when that water break, you just left divine. You just left source. It's not a blemish on your image. It ain't a blemish on your likeness. It's pure energy. Y'all should be able to attest to these babies staring, and these, even if you don't pay attention to it, try to pay attention to it, because they can see where you headed to being able to see. The things you being able to see, they can see already. They could see as soon as they get here. We can't see it because we distorted. We got all of these beliefs and perceptions that don't allow our thinking to just tap in like that. Pure soul just come from divine. It's so many multidimensional energies that a baby can see, that these young kids can see. Like that imaginary friend, that's a real thing. That's a real thing. You just was taught that that's some crazy shit. But in actuality, factuality, it's a real thing. Pay attention to things. Your energy is pure though. So we all can attest at the hospital, like it's love. It's love. It's a happy moment for the majority. It ain't till we leave the hospital that we start interacting with all kind of energies. We go here, we go there, like she want to hold me, he want to hold me, they want to hold me. We know the process with babies, and it's supposed to be like that. It's really supposed to be like that because of that pure energy that baby holds. A baby can't say one word, but everybody that touches him, he make them feel good. She make them feel good. Each and every individual that touches them. Pay attention to that. Always brighten their day in that moment because the energy they hold. We just wasn't taught to pay attention to things like that. So everybody touching the baby and the baby going to and from, we moving around now. We starting to walk. We starting to put our hands in different things. We kind of know, we know some shit tastes nasty, and we, all these type of little things. But the whole time we encountering energies, we encountering individuals with energies. Individuals with energies. And we don't know. So many kids are cut up. Confirmation. So many kids are cut up, and it's because of the energies that's around them. It's energies that's around them. It's energies that we have within us. It's energies we have within us. That's the significance of self. That's the significance of healing. See, when we don't acknowledge that, when that's not on a priority list for us, we can't change the times in the ways that need to be changed. If in order for me not to pass something down, I have to change it about myself. I have to have something different to pass on. I have to have something different for it to pick up. See, we wasn't aware of these things. Our parents wasn't aware of these things. Some of y'all parents may have been, but for the majority of individuals, y'all parents wasn't aware of that. I know mine wasn't. So all we know is feelings and moods. Everything is a feeling and everything is a mood. We imbalance. Listen to me. We imbalance from the time we a kid until we grow up. We imbalance from the time we a kid until we grow up because we didn't understand energy. We didn't know none of that. We just knew feelings and moods. Some days you're going to have a good day. Some days you're going to have a bad. We taking everything in stride and we going with it how it's going. We not understanding that you create not create, but you put the energy out there. You put it out there. Now we aware of these things. That's where the change comes into play. When you say change, You can't just look at it as something different. Understand where it's coming in at. Understand where it's coming in at. In order for us to nurture the ones behind us, we have to guide them in the ways we need to. It's so easy, man. This is what humans do. This is just what humans do. We be moving so fast. We just give it all to the kid, and we not paying attention to what we actually doing. In order for me to change the way in which a kid will think, I can't tell them that hell exists. I can't give them the same information that I had. Like I can't keep telling them like you mad. I can't teach them these things. You teach them a smile, you teach them love as much as you can. But you don't teach them none of these things that you know is false. You don't hand it down. And that's the importance, because we still not reprogrammed. It's still a part of us. So if you're not paying attention, some of these things is just gonna leak down, man. It's gonna leak down. This ain't aimed at nobody. This is individuals. This is me. This is you. This is him. This is them. This is us as a group looking in the mirror and understanding the times we came from, the ways in which we came from, and what we have to do in order to change that. If you didn't feel like you had a chance, then you got to make sure that they do. If you feel like you didn't have some things right, you got to make sure that they do. We got to teach them as much of this new energy as you can. As much as you can. Let me tell you something you don't know. See, the baby got God inside. The baby just can't talk, but it's going to get to the point to where you know if they want something or if they don't. You know if they want to get down or if they want to eat. You know these things. Like, they can communicate with you. They just can't talk on your level. They can't talk on your level. But every single thing that you say, they get. Even if you don't think they get it, they get it. That's God inside. That's all knowing. That don't grow or shrink. It just can't communicate with you. That's why you got to make sure they know how to communicate. You got to make sure you plant the seeds right when they coming up. That's our job. That's what we're supposed to do. And anybody that has a problem with that, you got to check yourself. Like, you got to check yourself. Like, this shit is not even about you. That's the thing we got to realize, because we be selfish and a lot of shit just carries on. A lot of us, our parents were selfish in certain ways. It passed on to us. They parents. Understand what breaking a cycle means. Understand what breaking a cycle means. Been doing this. Been there, done that. Been there, done that. See, now, out of all of your ancestors, out of everybody that came before you, you have the clearest perception, the clearest vision, the most strength, the most understanding, and the most powerful energies helping you right now. Out of everybody that came before you, you the one right now, because of the shift, because of the change in consciousness. Understand who you was a year ago. You wasn't who you looking at right now. You just wasn't that person. If you say you lie, we facing ourselves. Like, understand the time you in. Like, this is important. This is important. This is a change to where the negative really gotta go. It gotta go. You're not gonna want it to be a part of you. It's not going to be able to seep into the plan. It's not going to be able to take over the plan. It's not going to be able to nothing. Like, that's the times we in. That is the times we in. The more and more you're going to wake up and find yourself, the more and more you're going to understand these dark ways. You're going to understand these dark plays. You're going to just start winging yourself because you understand what it brings to the table, what it does. It serves no purpose. It serves no purpose. When you open your eyes, listen, if you're not in the mood to help yourself, just try helping somebody else. And I know we say you can't help nobody until you help yourself, but make it make sense. We all need the help. They got individuals out there that need to be lifted up. They got individuals out there that act a certain way, but feel a certain way. I'm just one of them individuals. I can say what I need to say. Like, I'm not ashamed to say I've been through some things. I'm not ashamed to say, like, I had drug addictions. I'm not ashamed to say, like, I've been fooled. I've been played. I've been naive. I made stupid. Like, I'm not afraid to say these things, man. I'm not like I made myself look like an ass sometimes. Like, I'm not afraid to say none of this because it doesn't change who I am. It makes who I am, man. It doesn't change who I am. It makes who I am. And that's what a lot of individuals, y'all need to pay attention and know that. Because when you can't do that, that makes who you are. It makes who you are, yeah. We're not in the energy where things can be hidden. We're not in the energy where individuals gonna even feel like hiding things. We're not in the energy that we don't want to know nothing. That's not the energy we in. We want to know. Individuals don't know how to go about asking. If I need help, if I need to learn how to tap in, if I need to learn how to go about something, I have to ask. If it ain't an individual, if it ain't you, I got to ask source. But how else can I take a step? I would be standing in the same energies, wanting to be in a better energy. That's it. Until you take the step into the energy. Remember, you always brought to it. In the moment, you brought to it. But it's up to you. The decision is yours. Spirit always gonna present it to you, man. It don't matter if you're hungry, you find a piece of bread on the ground, man. It's always gonna be presented to you, bro. You just gotta do, it's free choice. See, a lot of times that free choice is just how we feel. It's just how you feel. And I told you yesterday, what you know and what you feel is not the same thing. It's just not the same thing. That should be an example for you. I'm going to keep pushing this agenda. I'm going to keep pushing this word. I'm going to keep letting you understand that you hold way more than you giving yourself credit for. Way more than you really even acknowledge. I want you to think about this for a second. Everybody, not every individual, but most individuals, we ain't been living with God. We ain't been living with spirit in our life every day. We come from a lot of dark energies. Shit was bad, shit was rough, shit was crazy, bro. People was deceitful, all that. We still have those ways on the earth. But we coming from that. We didn't even have spirit with us. And you made it. You made it. You made it to here, to where you can actually take the hand of spirit from here on out. But think about the power that you actually hold. Just getting here and not even being aware of your reality, of your real reality of things, of spirit inside and out, everywhere. Think about that. You made it here. That's pure strength and knowings that you have already. You have it already. This shift is to help you tap into it, to enhance you as an individual, man. Help you advance the way you think, your intuition, all of that, man. Intuition, that's a feeling, right? Okay. So a lot of times individuals' intuition will lead them to go somewhere, right? Because we got to do these meet and greets, right? Okay. So let me ask you this. If spirit leading you through your intuition to go to the store, isn't that, listen to me good, isn't that knowing